In this video, I'm going to go through exactly how I made this AI SEO tool in 3 days, writing absolutely no code at all, and then going to show you the process of how you can make your own tools without writing any code at all and letting AI do everything for you. But let me show you the app that I created first, and then once we've gone through that, I'll show you exactly how I made this. So this is the login screen of the app that I've created. We can see it has a really nice background. We have a place to log in. On each reload of the page, we get a different background image, all from South Africa. That has a login and a sign up field. You can sign in, you can log in and sign up using Google, or you can actually log in and sign up using an email address as well. So I'm just going to sign in with Google quickly. This is the dashboard that once you log in, that you go straight into. It's a reasonably simple dashboard. We can see it's got a menu bar on the left hand side. We've got a logout button right at the bottom. At the top here on the right hand side, we have a little toggle for night mode, sort of dark mode, if you will, and that will automatically toggle according to what your settings on your browser are. I'm going to leave it in day mode for now, light mode, should I say. And we have two fields of input here. We can enter a URL to analyze, and we can enter keywords. And the tool is going to go and look at the web page that we put in here and then give us an SEO analysis. And then AI is going to give us some suggestions as well. So let's have a look at this in practice. So we put it at URL, and then we put some keywords. You can put multiple keywords or just separate it with a comma, and then click analyze. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to analyze the page. It's going to go into this web address. It's going to get the web address, get the content on the web address, and then bring that back. And then it's going to actually analyze that content and then give you an analysis of what's on the page. And then underneath that, we've got some AI suggestions. So firstly, if we look at the analysis, we're going to see that it gives you the total word count on the page. It gives you the total sentence count, a readability score. It tells you how many internal and external links are on the page. So the internal links are just going to be you linking within your own website, and the external links are when you link to an external website. The target keywords here is what we put into the analysis field over here. So we can see that website design appears twice on this page for an overall percentage of 0.18%, and Cape Town appears once for 0.09%. And then underneath that, it's analyzed all the content on the page, and it said, okay, what are the top words that appear on this page? We can see website appears 21 times. We can see digital 12, lime 12, green 12, and so on like that. So obviously it'll analyze that and just give you the percentages for your page. Then we come down here to the content analysis. Now I'm going to skip the AI content recommendations for a second. I'm just going to come over to the current metadata and current headers. So the current metadata is just reading exactly what's on the page currently. So it's looking at what is the page title and what is the meta description. So it's got those two things. It's going to place them here. The current headers is going to look at your H1, H2, all the way to H6 headers on the page. So we can see this one has an H1 header of that, and then H2 headers. These are all the H2 headers on the page, and if there were H3, 4, 5, and 6 headers, it would all display them here as well. So you can see all your headers. What the AI recommendations are doing here is it's taking the current metadata and the current headers, and it's feeding that into the AI recommendations with the page content to give you some recommendations on what you can improve. So the first recommendations here is it gives you 3 tips. So it analyzes the page and it says, okay, these are 3 tips that you could use to improve your content. So this for here, it says I can use more keywords like web design and digital marketing and Cape Town in my content. I must consider using a call to action, and I must use structured markup in my content for rich snippets. Great. Okay, so it's given me 3 action points that I can take to improve my content, and that is directly from the AI. Then we've got title suggestions and description suggestions. So then it's fed into the AI, your current content and the current titles and descriptions, and it's giving you titles and descriptions that you could use on the page from the AI. So here we can see it's just got a little block, and you can click on the at the end of the block to copy it into your dashboard, into your clipboard, and you can take that and put it into your website and save it and use this title and meta description. So this is the initial build of this app, and I will be building out more features and functionality into this. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel to keep up with exactly what's happening inside of this app and lots of other apps that I'm building completely using AI, all for digital marketing purposes. So please go hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. Just stay subscribed to the channel so you can keep up with all the updates. I also will put a link in the description to this AI app, which you can use for free. You just need to log in and you can start using it and start using the functionality as I start building it out. You'll be able to see all of that. I also have not named this app yet. It's just named AI SEO tool because that's the first thing I thought of. It doesn't have a custom domain, or it doesn't have any sort of landing pages or anything like that yet. I will be building out all of that. I'll be building out landing pages and images and content and all of that using AI as well. And I will be showing that all on this channel. And if you have a name idea for this app, please put it in the comment section, and I will, the most voted for, if everyone just likes the one someone's suggestion, then I will make that the name of this app. So yeah, please put your suggestions in the comments. But now let's actually look at how I went about building this specific app completely using AI. So I used a program called Cursor AI to build this. This is actually all my source code for this project. It took me about 3 days of total work in the evenings to get this done. I probably could have done that in a much shorter time, but my learning curve really came when I was deploying this to Firebase, which I haven't really done much at all before. And there were just hurdles which I didn't understand. And unfortunately, the AI wasn't actually so great at telling me how to get over these hurdles, or knowing how to get over them. But it was mostly settings inside Firebase that was the problem. It wasn't my code. It wasn't the coding that the AI was doing. It was just my lack of knowledge of the Firebase platform. And obviously there's been changes, and the AI didn't know how to get me over those changes. It didn't understand that I didn't know how Firebase works either. So if you are building this app yourself, if you're building a similar app, if you're using Cursor and you're using Firebase for your project or Google Cloud, and you're running into problems, you are welcome to contact me, and I can walk you through what I have learned through this process and through the other projects that I've built and will be making videos on in the future. So you can join my Discord. I have a link in the description. You can just send me an email if you want. I'm happy to respond to anyone. You can leave a comment in the description. I will try to reply to absolutely everyone who asks a question or makes a comment or anything like that. I will try to respond to that. So this is the code base for the project. So how would I make a change to this project now? For example, if we just wanted to make a change to the side menu, where in the side menu here, instead of having the SEO analysis just at the top here that actually doesn't do anything, we have a different menu items, and we place the SEO analysis dashboard in one of the menu items, so we can have multiple menu items for future projects. How are we going to do that? We just need to tell the AI exactly what to do. So let's come back to Cursor. inside Cursor, there's two ways to interact with the AI. There is the chat functionality and there is the composer functionality. Now, through working with this for a while now, I find that there's a little bit of, you need to use both of these to get the results you want. The chat functionality is going to guide you through what needs to be done. And the composer functionality is just going to do it for you. So it's just going to update. You're going to ask it to do something and it's just going to go, it's going to find the files and it's going to start updating files. Now, sometimes that's not the greatest thing because it'll start breaking other functionality inside your app because the command that you gave it didn't fully understand what you were trying to do and it just goes and does it. So I find that using the composer functionality to actually get your app started and then just using the chat functionality afterwards is a really great way to combine the two. So right now I am going to, firstly, I'm going to go, cool, this is my index. So I'm going to go get my index. I'm going to say, yeah, look at my index file. I'm going to say on the left-hand menu, add a single page SEO styled So what I've done here is I've given the AI a prompt telling the AI what I would like from it, and also telling the AI what my future plans are so that it knows that it needs to build it in a way that in the future I can start adding additional functionality. What we're going to do here is we're also going to tag, you can use the @ symbol to tag, and we're going to tag the code base to say, I want you to actually look through all my files in my code base to make sure that when you're building out this functionality, that you're also looking to make sure that any functionality that I have will still work. So we're going to give it the @code base, and then we're just going to hit enter. It's going to start searching through my files, and you'll see it'll start listing all the files through here now. And then it's just going to start I do have a premium package, but I have used all my fast requests. You get a certain number of fast requests and a certain number of slow requests. So I've used all my fast requests, so I do have to wait every time I do this now. So once the AI actually gets hold of that, it's going to start looking through all your code, and then it's going to give you the changes. So it's going to say, here is your current code often, and it'll say, here is how you would update this to make sure that it looks the way it does, that it looks the way it should, as per your instruction that you've given. And then what we can see here is that you can actually click in and apply it immediately. So we're going to let the AI finish here. So it's given us everything that we need here. So what we can see here is in this document that we're in, it's telling us that this is our current code structure and this is what it must be updated to. So we don't actually need to update anything ourselves. What we can do is we can just click the apply button. It's going to say, oh, do you want to apply this to the index page? And we're going to say, yes, that is the page where it belongs. So let's update that. It's going to then look through the code on this page, and it's going to look at the code that it's generated, and it's going to try merge them together, and it's going to give you what that will look like. So in a second, what we'll see is it's going to add some red blocks and some green blocks. It's going to say, this is what I need to remove from your code, and this is what I need to add to your code. So there we are. So we can see it's done now, and basically what it's done is it's just removed that SEO analysis button that didn't really do anything, and it's added another button called single page SEO analysis. Great. Okay, so we can accept those changes. Now that we've made that one single change, it's saying to us, Well, what we need to do now is we also need to update your CSS because you asked for it to be styled really nicely. So we need to go to the CSS. We can just click on the little CSS over here and we can just say apply all of this new CSS. So we can see that it's just applied all of the green, the new CSS just for the sidebar. We can say accept over there. So then we can see it says here that it's got a well-structured modern navigation sidebar. It's added things. It's done all these things. Great. So let's see what this looks like. So what we're going to do is we're going to deploy this to a test channel so we can actually see what it looks like. So let's do that through the terminal. So what this is going to do now is it's actually going to take all my code, it's going to put it all together and it's going to send it to Firebase so that we can actually see what it looks like there. Now we could do this on we could do this locally, but I found for my purposes that it's actually best to just do this on the test deploys inside Firebase. So this will take a little bit of time. So we might get an error at this stage. It might say, oh, there's a problem with your code. It needs to be fixed. And the AI can help us solve those problems. Now, for this specifically, what we've done here, I don't think we're going to get any errors. I think it's just going to work. But let's check. Okay, so what we can see is it has actually deployed. It has deployed to our test domain now. So we can open this and check out what our changes look like. So really quickly and really simply, without writing a single piece of code, we've added this single page SEO analysis button on the left-hand side over here. That is how simple it is to create functionality within your app. Now you can do this from scratch. So in this example, we're going to use a completely blank template and we're going to get AI Cursor Composer to start building the app completely from scratch. So we have a completely blank project here with nothing inside of it. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new file and we're going to name this file roadmap.md. All right, so now we've got a file for our roadmap, and I've had a look and I've decided that we're going to make an AI hashtag suggestion tool. So the description is that a user enters a keyword or phrase and the app generates a list of relevant and trending hashtags for social media posts. It is a single page app using HTML, CSS, JavaScript with an API call to an AI service to fetch hashtags. Great. Okay, so now that we've got that, the AI in Cursor can actually give you further suggestions inside your roadmap.md file to what you might want. So we could say here, look and the AI is now going to suggest a look and feel for you. So we can just say, yep, let's have a look at all of this. So a simple and intuitive design, responsive layout for various devices, modern and clean, easy navigation, consistent branding, accessible and readable, and all of it gives us a pretty good layout for what this app should look like. So we can say, okay, well, we need some functionality. Great. So now it's going to say you can enter a keyword or phrase, click the button to generate hashtags, a list of hashtags, and so on and so on. So, okay, cool. Technologies. Let's see this. All right. Great. That's all that we need there. So what we can do now is we can actually start generating this app. I think we have enough to actually start generating. So what we can do is we can come here and press Command I. This is going to open the composer. So on the left-hand side here, we have the chat functionality, which will work the same, but it won't actually do anything. It won't automatically do anything for us. Whereas the composer functionality here is going to automatically do this for us. So now we can say, please Now we're going to actually tag this roadmap.md. All right, so now we've given it a prompt that it needs to look at the roadmap.md file and then tell me if I need to do anything first. So if I need to install any libraries, or if I need to take any actions or anything like that, tell me what I need to do first. And then once I've done all my actions, then you can go and just build all the pages, build all the content, build all the files that are needed, put all the code inside those files, and make sure that it works. We can just hit enter, and now the AI is going to go and do its thing. And here it goes. As you can see, it started off by just putting in an index.html, and then it's got a styles.css. So if we come back onto the side here, we can see it's actually just added in that index.html. It's writing all the code for the styles.css now, and it's going to take that and just put it in. All right, it's got the CSS. It's building out how the app how the file structure should be in the app as well. So now it's built out the app.js. Here we go. It's built out the main.js, and it's told us exactly what it's done. So great. Okay, now we're going to say accept all. So what we can see here now is that I've asked to see what the app looks like. I've asked to just see what on a test environment, what the app looks like, and it's giving me this error. That's great, because what we can do now is we can just say in this error, we can just say debug with AI. It's going to put it into the chat, and it's going to tell us exactly what's wrong. With 2 minutes of debugging with AI and 5 minutes of going from no code at all to what we have now, we now have a prototype that we can actually see and actually test. So this is our prototype. It is just using test data, but we can put a keyword inside there, and we can say generate hashtags. It's going to say generate hashtags, and it's just going to give us a bunch of hashtags that we could use. But this just shows you how you can go from absolutely nothing to a actual app that you inputs data and has buttons and actually outputs a response in less than 10 minutes using Cursor AI. I will leave a link to Cursor AI in the description, so you can go check it out, download it for yourself if you want to try. And it's really great. I really recommend that you go and play around and see what you can create with what you want to create. So if you have a suggestion for an app that you want to see and I can create for you, put that suggestion in the comments section, and I will read through those comment section. I will choose one that I find cool, or maybe one that gets a lot of likes or multiple people comment that they want to see, and I will go and create that for a future video, and so you can see how it's created, and I will make it available for everyone to use as well. So subscribe to my channel to keep up with all the updates and all the future videos that are coming out. But otherwise, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you got something out of it, and I will see you in the next one.